Extremely proud of our guys being able to finish the season off the right way. Proud of the way we competed in the game today. Thought the game today was a very physical football game. Like I say, Florida is still, I know the record isn't indicative of that. There's a lot of talent on that field. It's a very physical. They're well coached. They play hard. They made us work for everything we got. We struggled early in the game a little bit and had nothing to do but the way they were playing. We just kept sawing wood, staying at it. Guys made plays. Jamison, we were able to get some protection for him. He was able to get the ball down the field. KB was able to make some huge plays for us. Their defense, I thought, played outstanding the whole game. Special teams, I thought we covered well. Did a nice job there. And lost some field position battles there. They were punting the ball well, and we were starting backed up, but then the offense got going and started making some drives, so very proud of them. And we got it going in the passing game first, which opened up the run later on. But getting the ball vertical, I thought, was key in the game. But had some outstanding performances in the game for some guys. But just overall proud of this team being able to come in here and play. It's a very tough environment. And to stay focused one game at a time, and then we got one more we got to play next week, and then we'll get a break and see what bowl game we're going to play in. But very proud of the way these guys approach everything, the way we practice, the way we handle things, and just happy for our players, our coaches, and our fans to be able to come in here and play well. Questions?
I guess remember Coach was only answering questions about today's game.
Do you think anything had or do you think win had a factor to do with anything today?
Hey, the win was there, but I don't think it really had a factor as much as anything. Because both teams had it. You know what I'm saying? Both teams had it. So, win's always a factor. I don't think it was significant enough to make a big difference today.
Jimbo, did you say anything to Kelvin after that first drop?
Yeah, look it in your hand. He was trying to run before he did it, and just make sure he had two. He had the one in the midfield, which would have been a big one, and he had the one late. But just wanting to run with the ball too soon, and make sure you put your nose on the ball and put your eyes into it and catch it before you run with it, and don't throw it right back to him.
Just a general comment about his game.
Tremendous. I say this about that guy. I think our receivers. We have a guy, you can get the ball to Kenny, you can get it to Nick O'Leary, who made some big plays, you can get to Rashad Green, and then you can get to KB. That's the thing about it. We don't care by the way the coverage goes, but KB has some real advantage with his size and speed and athleticism, and he can be a very, very special player, and he's starting to really develop into that guy.
You've said a couple times this year our opponent has no face. Was that hard to get the guys to understand that this week?
It really wasn't, because that's been our motto the whole season. And we don't do that to disrespect our opponent, but you got to control what you can control with us, and that's what we preach, and that's what our philosophy is. So from that standpoint, it really wasn't. And it had nothing to do with whether it was Florida or when we play Miami. It just trying to get your kids to understand to control what you can control is the important thing.
What was it that Kelvin had to do to become that guy? What has he done that's
worked? And understand the details of things. And I'm going to tell you the thing about KB that's one of the great. We know his size, know his speed. He can focus. Learning to be an every down player, playing physical, giving effort on every play. But the thing about him, it makes him very unique. Like Rashad is, Kenny is, and Nick. One of the things about our guys and our skill guys, they're very intelligent. They can learn. You can move them in different spots. You can teach them different things. That makes the matchups on them that much tougher. And I think that's one of the things he's really learned too. He's put his time into playbook and really learned. He's a very intelligent young man.
Jimbo, what were some of the protection problems earlier?
They were picking us with some stunts. They were blitzing and getting on the edges, and pulling a guy through and getting a loop through, and we started getting our depth back and getting on the edges and keeping our shoulders square. And it's a good technique by them on pass rush, just very well coached.
How do you think James responds when he's getting hit around like that?
I think he does, because I think the more he gets banged, the more the competitor in him comes out. You know what I mean? He's a competitor. Some guys, when they get hit in the mouth, there's two kind of people. One say, man, what's going on? Or others jump right back in the fight. He's a guy who jumps right back in the fight.
Did you like the way they responded? They had some adversity early. Cameron got hurt, the interception.
Oh, I know. Had the interception, had to tip, a weird tip. Cam got hurt, and we had to put the other guys in there, but we just took off and then just kept going. That's the one thing about this team. It cares for each other. It plays for each other, and this team deals with adversity extremely well. Whatever's in front of them, okay, that's what we got to do. Let's take care of it. It's a very mentally mature group. Huh? Controlling the clock. Oh, I did, because I told him he's got to see the clock. I didn't have to call timeouts all the time. Daggone, I'm tired of that. No, I thought, but he's got to control that clock and see it. And he was making a check, and he was making it too late, and he could have saw it when he first got down to the center. And I said he didn't peek at the clock, so I was just reminding him. And that's just the way he and I communicate. That's normal. That's what gets us going.
When you grabbed him by the face mask, is that customary in a relationship?
Oh yeah, I just pulled him to me so I could talk to him, because he couldn't hear him. And he was trying to talk back and tell what was going on. I said, no, come here, so we could talk. He knows when we do that, it's fine. Yes.
Could you tell the beginner's defense was wearing down quite a bit, and that's how you guys were able to expose it?
No, I don't think they were. I thought in the first half the big plays got them in the passing game. I think that's where it was, and we were on the field, but time of possession was about equal. If you look at the time of possession, it wasn't really lopsided, and what we were doing.
So the importance of that 90-yard drive that really got your first touchdown.
Yes, and overcame a penalty, overcome a third and, two big third down pickup, third and long, made a big throw in there, and just overcoming it, got the momentum, say, something, we can do this. And the confidence started going, and they started flowing.
How big was that?
I'm sorry?
I was going to say, did you see something with Kelvin, some matchups?
We did. We wanted to do them. Once we started getting the ball vertical, we thought that's what we had to do. Because they were squatting on everything, and when you come out of your cuts, they're constantly grabbing and pulling on you. So you got to run by them, and you got to take advantage of it.
How big was that catch by Kenny on 3rd and 20?
Oh, critical. Got the whole momentum going. I mean, it then took a shot, got right up. I mean, it's indicative of this football team.
After Kelvin's first touchdown catch, what did that do for the offense to kind of open?
I mean, just kind of loosened it up. You know what I mean? You kind of were tight. You just weren't. You couldn't get going. And offensively, and that's what I say all the time. Offense is about rhythm. I don't care what sport it is. Baseball, basketball, anything. It's about rhythm, and you're getting a flow for things. And we just couldn't get that rhythm. You couldn't get in that flow. Now, you hear me say it all the time. Sometimes you're just a hair off on offense. It can be devastating. Defense, you can make it up with effort. Offense is about rhythm and timing. And once we got that, and then we kind of just loosened up, and then things started to flow.